Hey guys, what is up? My name is Jackenhood and today I'm here to bring you my top 8 favourite Assassin's Creed games. Now if you're wondering why this is a top 8 when there are more than 10 games out, I haven't played all the Assassin's Creed games if I'm being honest with you guys. So the games or the main games that are going to be excluded from my list would be Assassin's Creed Origins. It's obviously not that I haven't played the game, but I feel the game hasn't been out long enough for us to gauge the sort of where it belongs on a list, at least for me that is. And I'm also not counting Assassin's Creed Syndicate, as I never played Syndicate. Sort of after the kerfuffle that was Assassin's Creed Unity, I sort of decided to take a break from the Assassin's Creed franchise. When I say a break, at that point I thought I'd never play an Assassin's Creed game again because it was so horrible. But then Origins came around, and I sort of changed my mind after watching the trailers for that game, and there's just so much hype around it, which, to be honest, hype's not always a good thing. Let's be honest, a lot of games have been hyped up a lot and ended up shit. But enough about that, let's get right into the list at number 8. Assassin's Creed Unity. Now let's be honest, no one's shocked this is so low on the list. This game possibly had one of the worst launches of any game I could think of. It was extremely buggy, and even though it's a lot better now after the patches they released, it's still a game shouldn't be like that on release. But basically this game follows the story of the main character, who, if I remember correctly, is named Arno Dorian, I think. But basically he spends the game trying to avenge his father and his adopted father, as they were both murdered. Ubisoft really hitting you with the double whammy of dead fathers there. And that's really all I have to say about this game. Nothing really stood out about it, which is probably one of the reasons it's still extremely low after the patches. But yeah, now on to number 7. This is one of those Assassin's Creed games that you either love it or hate it. I am obviously on the side of hate it since it's so low down on the list. And this game, you probably know already from that description, is Assassin's Creed 3. Assassin's Creed 3 takes place in possibly one of my favourite time periods of history, the American Revolution. I feel this game could have been amazing. I just don't like the protagonist. I'm not the biggest fan of Connor. However, one redeeming feature for this game is definitely Haytham Kenway. Now you'll find out by my placing a black flag on this list, but I love Haytham, I love Edward, and I love the Kenway story up until Connor. And of course Connor is also someone who falls trope to the thing I mentioned in the last video, the fact that he joins the Creed to revenge his dead mother in this case. And that's really all I have to say about Assassin's Creed 3. I wasn't a big fan of the story, the gameplay was okay. I don't like Connor, as many people don't. But now, on to number 6. Assassin's Creed Rogue falls in at number 6. Now this game, not too many people heard about. It was released around the same time as Unity, I believe, and it was a last gen only game, which means not a lot of people really played it. Now the game follows Shay Patrick Cormac, who was an assassin turned Templar after, I believe, something called the Lisbon incident or something like that, something to do with a piece of Eden and an earthquake that killed a lot of people. Now I'm gonna be honest, I only played through this game, I only completed it once, and I didn't really pay attention to it because, you know, it was a sort of side game. But I still feel this game has some good things to it, and if you haven't played it, I would highly suggest either picking it up and giving it a little shot if you still have a last gen console, or look up a let's play on YouTube just to check out the game. It's a pretty okay game. But that's it for this game. Now on to number 5. Now for number 5, we have number 1, the original Assassin's Creed game. Now I didn't know where to put this game on the list. I couldn't make up my mind between 4 and 5. 4 and 5 are very close games in my mind. But Assassin's Creed follows the story of Altair, last name I'm not going to try to pronounce, as he's an assassin. He goes and kills people, and he works for the head assassin who's actually a Templar, who's totally not a sage. And if I'm being honest, that's really all I know what to say about Assassin's Creed. It started off the game franchise. More importantly, it started off one of my favourite stories in Assassin's Creed, the Desmond Miles sort of current time storyline they have going. Or well, they've sort of stopped it as of recent. So yeah, now on to number 4. This game is the first game on this list to star Ezio Auditore. I'm sorry if I pronounced that name like shit, I probably did. This is why I haven't attempted pronunciation so far. And this game also stars the guy from number 1, Altair Altair. We all know who Altair is. Now this game is basically Desmond trying to complete his ancestors' memories so he doesn't end up dead, basically. He's currently in a coma in the Animus during this game, where he has to complete the memories to get out the coma, basically. Even though, as we know in the next game, we find out that wasn't all his memories, as he's also a descendant of the Kenway line of assassins, but we'll ignore that. So that's basically it for this game. Once again, I don't know too much what to say, although I did enjoy the setting of this game, where it takes place and Ezio's weird hook climby blade. That was pretty cool. Did you get that in this game? God, I hope so. I'm starting to think it wasn't this game now. Okay, that has been it for Assassin's Creed Revelations. Now to number 3. Now at this point in the video, my list has become uber predictable, but the next game on the list is Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Now Brotherhood is the second game in the Ezio trilogy, and it follows Ezio sort of rebuilding the assassins in a way and giving them a foothold back into Rome. Lots of things happen in this game, like Ezio becomes the mentor of the assassins, and if I'm not forgetting myself, Claudia, his sister, becomes an assassin. But this game, in my opinion, was one of the best games for current time story of Desmond Miles, as you got I think it's his first interaction with a precursor in the form of Juno, who makes him stab Lucy in the abdomen, which was nice of her. And it also has them flee to the Auditore villa that we see destroyed at the start of the game. At least I think it's the start of the game. It might be the end of 2. God damn it, I should have probably played a bit of these games before doing this list or even read them. Yeah, this game is quite a good game. Obviously not as good as 2 other games in my opinion in this franchise, but let's get right on to number 2. Now the game we are going to talk about now is sometimes accused of not being an Assassin's Creed game, but more of a pirates game. This game, of course, being Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Now, no matter what it is, if you say it's an Assassin's Creed game or it's a pirate game, it doesn't belong in the Assassin's Creed franchise. Either way, it's an amazing game. The game follows Edward Kenway as he's on the hunt for riches and women, and this quest takes him, 1, to the West Indies to be a pirate, because how else do you make money? And 2, a hunt for the Observatory, a precursor building with great power that allows you to see anyone, anytime. Now obviously there's a current time storyline to this game which I feel wasn't that good. There were cameos from Rebecca and Sean Hastings, which were pretty cool the first time you saw them. It's basically that Abstergo has got Desmond's DNA and is now using it to hunt for what they want. Sorry if I lost my train of thought there. I don't know what's going on with me lately. Now this game personally would be number 1 for me if it wasn't the reason that it's not much of an Assassin's Creed game. But it is the start to the Kenway story, technically speaking, as Edward is the grandfather of Connor and the father of Haytham, even though Connor's game technically came first. This is the start of the Kenway story. Now we're going to number 1. Now let's be honest, who was surprised by this? It's a top Assassin's Creed games list, so of course number 1 the Homeboy Assassin's Creed 2. Now, I'm pretty sure, as I said, no one's shocked that Assassin's Creed 2 made the top of this list. They make the top of so many lists, let me tell you. They have all the lists. Now, this game obviously shows us the birth of a character we will eventually see to their death, Ezio Auditore da Firenze. I'm sorry if I butchered that pronunciation, I probably did. I tried my best, I swear. This game is basically Ezio has to avenge his family. Now, I would be mad, but this is the first game they did it, and I feel they did it in a very cool way. Yeah, that's all I have to say on that. Let's just ignore the fact that his family died. Now, obviously, in this game, it sort of set up the franchise. Not saying that one didn't, because it obviously had its Out of Animus story, but this game was like the start of the franchise, obviously, because it's the second game. You can't have a franchise with one game, unless I guess you sell a shit ton of merchandise of that game or something. I'm not too sure how franchising works. So yeah, that has been my list of my top Assassin's Creed games. Sorry if it ended a bit abruptly, it probably didn't. This video's been going on for way too long. Now, I want to start off this little outro by apologizing, as I said I'd have a schedule of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I skipped Saturday and Sunday because this video has taken me so long to make, and I honestly don't know why. This video took me over 2 days to get all the commentary parts of it right. I started off trying to do it in all one big commentary that went to hell, because I would always screw up around Rogue or Revelations around that area. Then I'd have to restart the whole video, and that was just a loop of catastrophes. So I apologize for that. I've already started planning and recording videos for this week, so we should be good on that front. And obviously I'd like to say this video was just all my opinion. Your opinion could differ. Connor could be your favorite assassin. Your opinion would be wrong. No, wait, I can't say what your favorite assassin is, but still, it's wrong. It's not Connor. Connor's horrible. Connor should die in a fiery explosion. Although Connor does die because he's not 1,000 years old. So yeah, this video has been a bit okay. It's still as shit like all my other videos, but I hope you guys did enjoy. I am JackinHood. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like if you somehow found enjoyment in this video. Leave a dislike if you didn't. I like dislikes. Alright, bye.